Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Tuesday, February 11th, and this is my morning video where we like to take a look at the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we do take a look at a couple of the JPY pairs. If you haven't done so already, definitely check out my free Discord trading community. The link is at the end of this video down here in the corner and in the description of the video. If you'd like to join my membership, you do so at my website, fxpipcollector.com. Gets you access to all the benefits listed below and more for only $30 per month. So anyways, first thing first, I always like to check the news calendar for the day, especially in the morning. Today we have Bailey speaking from the Bank of England, and anytime anybody like that speaks, we could definitely get some movement. That's around 12:15 p.m. UK time. And then we have Powell speaking today. I'm not really sure what Powell has to say, but Powell is normally a pretty big market mover, so definitely make sure you check that out too. That's at 3 p.m. UK time. So we have a couple people speaking today, but we don't really have any like data-driven news today. So we'll have to keep an eye on what those Bailey and Powell have to say, I guess. So, anyways, I like to always start off on the U.S. dollar index. I definitely still think this is an A. I think this is a B, and I still think we're going to go down probably someplace around this area for a wave C. Now, we do definitely have a Fibonacci bounce. We definitely do have a pretty decent little push down, but we do not really have any breaker structure. We do not really have any significant lower high. We have to keep in mind that there's definitely a chance that this goes up, makes a double top before it turns down for the big wave C. Now, don't get me wrong, I kind of hope that it's already over and it's already just going to keep on going down from here, but we have to realize that there's really no proof on the weekly or even the daily time frame that this is going down. On the daily, it even looks like a possible five waves, looks like a possible correction, and another possible five waves. If it starts to push past these Fibonacci levels, then it's probably the end of an ABC, and it's probably just going to keep on going up. If it does bounce off one of these Fibonacci retracement levels with a nice engulfing move down, then hopefully it's a wave one, a wave two, and it goes down, makes a big old wave three. Hopefully a one, two, three of three is what it turns into. So keep that in mind because if you know what the dollar index is going to do, you pretty much know what to do on every single one of these dollar pairs. So let's look at the euro dollar. Very, very similar to the dollar index. We have a nice five waves up right here. We definitely have what looks like three waves down. We have a higher low. We have impulsive up. Hopefully, this is a wave one, this is a wave two, and then this is like a subdivision, like a one of three and a two of three. And hopefully, what happens is this thing just starts a brand new uptrend for a wave three. But we cannot rule out the possibility that the higher time frame, like the weekly, daily, monthly, are still in downtrends, and that this might actually just end up continuing to make lower lows, lower highs. I don't think that's what's going to happen, and I kind of hope that's not what's going to happen, but you never know. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I got my Fibonacci retracement on the last impulsive move up, which is very clearly a trend. I'm hoping that this is a wave one of three. I'm hoping that this first impulsive down is an A. This is one, two, three up, B, and then this is a C. And that it's going to continue to respect this 61%. It's going to go up. It's going to break structure, confirming the end of a wave two, and hopefully start a brand new uptrend for a wave three. Now, keep in mind that this analysis means nothing if we do not get this break of structure. If it does not go up and break this structure and hold above structure, then this analysis can be thrown right out the window because at that point it could possibly make lower highs, lower lows, and just keep on going down. Keep in mind, no break of structure means no confirmation of the end of a wave two, meaning that it could just keep on going down. So moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Now the difference between the pound dollar is the pound dollar never did break any structure. Technically on the daily, I would have to say that the daily time frame is still in a downtrend. There is definitely still a chance that this just keeps on going down, just like the euro dollar and the dollar index might keep going up. Now, hopefully it's not. Hopefully this is like five waves of one. This is a wave two, and this is all gonna just keep on trending up, making higher highs, higher lows like that, giving us a breaker structure, confirming that this really is the end of a wave C, which would be the end of a wave two or B. But until we get this breaker structure, we cannot know for sure that that is what's going to happen. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm watching my Fibonacci retracement levels very, very, very closely. We are getting a little bit of a break of structure right now. Hopefully, what's going to happen here is this is an A. Hopefully, this is three waves up for B. Hopefully, this is a downtrend for a wave C. I'd like to see a nice break and hold above structure, which is important in the holding part. If it doesn't hold above structure, that usually means that it's rejecting structure and it could just go down to a lower fib level. So I'm waiting for a nice break and hold above structure at a Fibonacci level to go long. Hopefully, what's going to end up turning into a big wave three, just like on the euro dollar. This could be a one, this could be a two, and it could go up for a wave three of wave three, which would break that daily time frame structure and confirm that this whole move down on the daily is complete. So moving on to the Aussie dollar. The Aussie has been very strong overall. The Aussie has not broken structure yet, but it definitely looks like five ways down on the daily. It also went above the 78%, which is usually a pretty good sign that it will end up going up and it will end up breaking structure. Hopefully, this is a wave A or wave one. We are definitely hoping for a wave one because that would confirm that this whole move down is over and that this is now back into a big, big uptrend. But just like the other dollar pairs, we don't have a breaker structure. We cannot confirm 100% that it's going up. If it does decide to make it a nice impulsive move down, a nice breaker structure, you better get back on the short side because the trend could always, always continue down, especially because we didn't really hit that 100% Fibonacci extension on the weekly, which would be my target for wave C of wave X. So anyways, taking it down to the 1 hour time frame. Very, very sideways, very, very corrective action. According to the other dollar pairs, I would kind of expect this to be making some sort of an ABC. You know, maybe this is like the A, this is a B, and then it goes down to like the to a Fibonacci retracement level of this whole move up for a wave C. That would potentially give us a really nice log opportunity if it ended up doing something like that. So if it does end up breaking down, then it's probably either making a wave C or a wave three. If it's a wave C, then put your Fibonacci retracement on the whole move up and look for a Fibonacci bounce, look for a breaker structure to the upside, hopefully for the end of a correction and another long opportunity. Moving on to the Kiwi dollar, it's exactly the same analysis as the Aussie dollar. I definitely would trade the Kiwi dollar, but I don't really analyze it because it's exactly the same as the Aussie dollar. Moving on to the US dollar CAD. Now, this is a huge push down that we have on the dollar CAD, but it never broke structure. The fact that it never broke structure tells me there's always a chance that this just keeps going up. We cannot rule out the possibility on any of these dollar pairs that these trends are not complete yet. If it breaks and holds above structure, that's going to confirm that the whole five waves up is over. That's also going to confirm that this is the end of a wave C and that we are in a potential big move to the downside, like on this weekly time frame. If you go to the weekly and zoom out, I'm definitely expecting a big move down for a wave C of wave Y. But until we get a break of structure on this daily time frame, we really can't confirm that it is going down yet. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. So I would kind of expect this to go up to at least one of these Fibonacci retracement levels. We definitely got an impulsive up. We definitely got a breaker structure. I would kind of expect a little bit of a bigger pullback, you know, maybe even a 23 or a 38% pullback. I personally would still be keeping an eye out for a Fibonacci bounce of a sort and a breaker structure. But like I said, we cannot rule out the possibility that it just goes up, bounces from a fib level, doesn't break structure. Goes up, bounces, doesn't break structure. Bounce, no break of structure. That's how you're going to know if it's just continuing the uptrend. If it bounces from a fib level, breaks structure in a big way, you're going to know that it's probably going back down and it's probably going to break the daily time frame structure. So pay attention to your fib levels, pay attention to your structure, and you're probably going to be trading in the right direction. Moving on to the dollar Swiss. The dollar Swiss is actually one of the ones I've been saying for a while that does look like it needs to go up and take out the high of wave four because most wave A's, wave ones do take out the previous high of the previous trend, which this has not done yet. And if you zoom back in on the daily, it actually looks like it made three waves down. It looks like impulsive down, corrective up, impulsive down. It looks like we're back into the uptrend and it potentially could go up and make a new high. Now, I got my Fibonacci retracement on here because if we do get a big significant fib bounce and a break of structure on sort of time frames down, then that could tell us that we're making a bigger move down. Which I am hoping for the dollar to make a big move down at some point, but we'll have to just wait and see, I guess. So hold on just 1 second. I got too many fibs. There we go. So on this 1 hour time frame, I have my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. If we get a Fibonacci bounce with a big impulsive down, with a breaker structure that holds, then I definitely would switch it up and I would go back to looking for shorts. If we get a Fibonacci bounce and no breaker structure like what happened here, Fibonacci bounce, no break. Fibonacci bounce, no break. Fib, no break. Fib, no break. Then just continue to look for longs or continue to hold on to your longs. We have to remember that the trend is up on all the higher time frames and the trend is your friend, and the odds are better that the trend will continue to just keep on making higher highs, higher lows. I would definitely continue to look for longs unless we get a breaker structure at a Fibonacci level, which we definitely do not have as of yet. Now moving on to gold. Now, if you saw my video yesterday, you heard that I said that my new target for gold is probably the 261.8 because I believe this is all still a wave 3 on the weekly, monthly time frames. I was originally thinking last week that this was a wave B, but it blew past all those Fibonacci levels. And there was really no reason to go short this whole way up. It never did break structure. It never did give us any reason whatsoever to go short. This is a decent little fib bounce right here, but these Fibonacci levels are areas of resistance. I definitely would be looking at any move I see to the downside as nothing more than a correction to the uptrend until I get a Fibonacci bounce and a breaker structure, which we definitely don't have yet. So I definitely would still be primarily focused on longs. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame, now that we do have a little bit of a break to the downside on the 1 hour, I would throw my Fibonacci retracement on this move up right here. I personally would be looking for 3 waves down. I would be looking for 3 waves down to any one of these Fibonacci levels. Kind of what happened back here. 1, 2, 3 waves down. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Even this right here is technically 3 waves. 1, 2, 3 waves down. 1, 2, 3 waves down. 1, 2, 3 waves down. They're all a little bit different shapes, but they're all, A, B, C 3-wave patterns. So I'm looking for 3 waves down to any one of these Fibonacci levels. If I get 3 waves down, if I get a big Fibonacci bounce, then I would definitely take it as a long. I kind of doubt that this is going to be the long right here. It's probably more likely going to end up stretching out to a to a lower Fibonacci level before it actually does go up again. So keep an eye on your fib levels. Keep an eye out for 3-wave pullbacks, Fibonacci bounces to go long for the continuation of this wave 3. I believe that this wave 3 is going to end right around the $3,000 area. So moving on to the US dollar yen. I personally think every single one of these dollar yen pairs is going down in a big giant wave C that for over the next several months is going to continue to make lower lows, lower highs on this daily, weekly time frame. That doesn't mean that there potentially couldn't be some rallies on sort of time frames, but every single move you see to the upside, I would assume is nothing more than a correction to the downtrend. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, we are definitely in a little bit of a pullback right now. And actually, let's zoom in a little bit. So we definitely have what looks like 5 waves up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully this is a wave A. This looks like a potential wave B. Then it looks like it potentially could go up for wave C. Like I said yesterday, I would be very careful with trying to go long because even though it looks like it should make a proper ABC like this and then go down, which would be a Fibonacci retracement of this move down, it doesn't have to. It could literally just continue to downtrend at any time. I'm looking for 3-wave ABC pullbacks. I definitely wouldn't recommend going long, even though I'm drawing it out as a long. I personally will be waiting for another sort. Even if it does make a push up, I'll just ignore that. And I will wait for another sorting opportunity at the end of a 3-wave pullback. So moving on to the euro yen, for me, it's the exact same story on every single yen pair. I think that we're in a big wave C, probably a big wave C of wave 4 on the daily weekly. And I think that we're going to spend the next several months in a downtrend. Doesn't mean that there will not be moves up on sort of time frames. It just means that overall on the daily weekly, I think it will continue to make lower lows and lower highs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I think this move up is potentially an A. I think there's a good chance that this is a B, which it could even pop down again to finish the B. And I think there's a good chance it will go up and at least take out this high for a wave C. I personally will not be participating in the long. I definitely will be participating in the short though if it gives me an opportunity. 3 waves up and pulse it down. If it breaks structure to the upside, I would throw my Fibonacci retracement on here. I would look for 3-wave pullbacks. I would look for Fibonacci bounces and golfing moves to the downside to go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. And the pound yen, exactly the same story as the dollar yen and the euro yen. All the yen pairs are doing exactly the same thing. just like all the dollar pairs for the most part are doing the same thing, just a little bit of a different version. So anyways, just like the other yen pairs, I think the pound yen is making a wave C of 4. I think over the coming weeks and months, it's going to continue to downtrend, making lower lows, lower highs. Doesn't mean that will not be rallies on sort of time frames. There probably will be some decent rallies on sort of time frames. It just means that the daily will likely continue to make lower lows, lower highs. Yesterday, there was, I mean, technically, I would have probably been waiting for a bigger pullback, maybe something like this to go short. But yesterday, it was another three-way pullback. One, two, three ways up. One, two, three ways up. Just amazing at how good these pullbacks look. And very, very, very nice. So if it does end up making another push to the upside, then I would say that this is the A. I would say that this is a B, and that this is a C, and that this is going to go down, and it's going to end up continuing the downtrend just like other yen pairs. Any move I see to the upside, I would assume is nothing more than just a pullback within a longer time frame downtrend. So I personally am focused on looking for shorts. I'm not going to go long. I think going long is a good way to get trapped because you might think it's going to do this and it might just push up a little bit and then just dive right down. So I'm looking for shorts in a downtrend. I prefer to look for shorts at the end of three-way pullbacks and hopefully for the continuation of this big downtrend. So anyways, don't forget to join my free Discord trading community. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.